morning. Horrible, nasty, degenerate, unyielding piece of shit. Like, all the things. There's times when, you just have to be like, pretend you're on a skateboard in New York, powered. It's like, it's green light for traffic. And then you yell at them, you know? So here I am in my normal thing. One, they put poisonous things. I used to eat the pansies, but these look very poisonous, so I made friends with them. And the birds that I normally feed, usually they line up for like, whatever. Where's all the yummy food? No, I'm sorry. All I had today is rye bread and pumpernickel, rye flour. I ate a few slices and I'm already full. You know what I mean? It's just like, Ozempic. Maybe it's poison. Because with like rye bread or pumpernickel, it's good bread. But then you end up thinking about all the sandwich fillings and then condiments, mayonnaise and stuff. So I'm consulting with myself, actually. This is a free consult to myself, dealing with all my alternate reality timeline selves who think I'm very slow. I'm methodical, okay? I'm trying to find like the few birds there's plenty of food and you just don't want to eat it. You know what I mean? It's like they look, it's like, where's the good food? Sorry, no more cinnamon raisin bread, like the crab, okay? Or like the all you can eat lobster. It's like, yeah, it's one plate. And they treated me like garbage, so I put all the lobster in a thing. You know? And then this bird is like making an attempt. I mean, I'm hungry. Those are the birds I want to feed. It's like, I'm hungry, you know? I don't care if it's rye bread. So, and if somebody's really upset in the other chat, they'd come in here and just like blow off steam. Like if Drafter Johnny came back, hey, I don't mind. The people who come in here is just, you're welcome. But otherwise, I'm consulting with my future self for expert advice on how to handle all these alternate reality timeline future selves who are also all slowing them down or something. It's a big mess. That's why the National Guard was called. At least, I want to show you at least one hungry bird in all of this. You see that? That piece of rye bread has been out there for 10 fucking 15 minutes. This is the only bird who's Jewish enough to be hungry. Good job, Jew. Finding the one true Jew among pigeons in New York City. You know how disheartening that is? I read this book called Small Gods. And in there, they were mocking Catholicism. They were too formal. But around the Catholic God forms a shell of ritual. You worship the ritual and not the God. And then, like, this pigeon is the only believer in all of New York fucking City. At least it's Jewish-wise. He likes rye bread. All the others turn their head up against it. And he's going to convert all these, the nearby ones. It's like, how hungry are you? This one's really hungry, and he's very, that's all mine. I don't mind feeding birds like this, Yeah, here you go. No problem. You know? Sometimes you find a true believer. And it's good. You wade through like a trillion entities, like, looking for the handout, and then find ones that are really hungry. You know what I mean? There's no pretension. He enjoys it. I don't enjoy rye bread. Hi. Good morning. They don't like rye bread. They don't like it.
So you know what? You gotta break it up into small pieces. They
Oh.
can't.
Oh, they can't?
That's
Okay.
yeah.
Will do. I thought they were anti-Semitic. No, no seeds. It's like I made sure it's soft. Yeah. I gave them a little bit and they're like, no, we'll wait for the nice lady. So true. Yeah. The wisdom here. They got no hands. They have no teeth. They have no wallets. Yeah, I'll break it. Yeah. I seen them. Maybe they'll, it's too tough for them. Hey, look, the lady gives you the nice food.
Yeah, I much up the.
I'm gonna try mushing it up too.
Well,
I tried banana nut. I tried all kinds of bread. They really like the cinnamon
it's
raisin.
too big. It's hard for them.
So I'll just make it little ones.
I think it's too big over them.
I'll be here when you're not. Don't worry.
That's what I gave banana nuts today.
My
I
favorite.
break them.
It's like I see them feed each other. Like
Yeah, yeah.
you're like their mommy now. Hey, remember Mother's Day next year. Father's Day, I don't know. I'm more of an uncle. I let them do whatever they want. It's not my kid.
That's the best way.
Yeah.
Or grandparents.
Yes, ma'am. Usually there's somebody who comes and is like, I'm hungry. Even the homeless, they know better not to eat rye bread because it's Jewish. It's like, do I have to keep kosher? You know what I mean? So that means they're not that crazy. Like, I might be punching mailboxes and stealing iPhones, but I'm not gonna eat Jewish rye bread. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. There's a guy in the Bible called Jeroboam, so maybe that's it. Jeroboam. Who knows? Nobody knows. I'm just like talking shop here, you know. So with the Nick Stone thing is like, oh, I'm so angry. The cabal is acting like seven of them against me, little old me. But it's just I'd rather be in the obnoxious chat than like just venting in some other guy's room. You see, that's the attention whore. You know what I mean? Oh, just when I said attention whore, somebody came in. Hope it's not Nick Stone or Portman. But I'm just like documenting. That is Jewish rye bread, and they're just like, nah, maybe later. This is the yummy buffet of whatever flavor. It's like dopamine addiction. Very few people want the cortisol. Like if those bike gangs, there's just one is like, I'm gonna die, and like he's gonna take a national guard to stop me. And then if I summon the national guard, look at me, I'm that important. That's why I was reading this guy, William Farrell from the LAPD. Is like, be sensible. This guy wants to brag in prison. Yeah, they arrested me. There was 300 National Guard. That's like unneeded cred. You can take him down with two legs, take down the legs, and then sit on him, and that's pretty much it. Two or three is more than enough. Even a trained martial artist is like, you train in the gym, I can take down multiple attackers. You only have two legs. Two other people outmass your legs. There's one hinge, and then, that's it. Don't be so unrealistic that, you think with your two legs, no matter how big, you weigh more than a human. A human ranges from 120 to 200, and you think those are kicking things. Once you spend all your power kicking, you're off balance and you have one leg on the ground. You know what I mean? And then they take down that leg. Then you slam your back of your head, and then it's like, then they grab the other leg. They're not like the people who grab your leg while they're kicking. Those are idiots. You take the impact. Attack the leg that's supporting you on the ground. I'll tell you now, in my frame, I'm an obese, overweight Asian. If I kicked at somebody, they would go for this leg. You know what I mean? This is sample, right? So I have two legs, the left and the right. So whatever stance you're in, like the Tai Chi or balance, once you kick, they'll go for the other leg. Once you surrender your thing, even if you go really low, now you bent your knee and they'll go for your knee. So there's no way. You just tell them, please don't tackle me. I know you're good. You know what I mean? You have no other choice. They train for this shit. I saw like somebody, they stopped a maneuver, they chained somebody in, and I'm safe in my car, and a guy comes out, jumps into the windshield with all his body weight. How are you gonna get out of that? And then the people riding is like, well, I'm just a regular pedestrian, and they jump on top of his car, surround him, and just take pictures. Can't beat him. You just put yourself out of the game. You're also very good at close quarters combat. What are you doing on planet Earth? Right? Like the people who come into my chat, they go in and they leave. Not too long. 15 seconds is the attention span of the YouTube generation. You know what I mean? Look at this. I'm just going to show you. You know? Like the one I showed you before is like, if you want the yummy food, peck, 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 and then the lady will come. But now that person, that pigeon, is full, and it's like, well, I'll just ignore all the bread again. You know what I mean? Now I'm full. This is thorny ground stuff from the parables of Jesus Christ. And I'm comfortable on thorny ground because Jesus wore a crown of thorns. I don't like fertile ground because as soon as you bear fruit, somebody takes it. You know? And they have, I like banana nut bread. They like banana nut bread. But you know, according to the Jewish, I said to the lady, it's like, I thought these are anti-Semitic pigeons. This is perfectly good bread sold at CVS. People are picking up like stuff in the garbage to something to eat. But if I offered them rye bread, they're like, you know, it's like, oh, is that rye? Where's the sandwich filling? And I said the same exact thing. If my mom gave me a plate of rye bread, it's like, you must hate me, mom, because I know we have condiments. I know we have mustard. I know we have mayonnaise. I know we have like crumbs, cookie crumbs. You know? If your mom gives you a plate of rye bread, she must hate you. That's the Jewish way. It's like, you know, I hate you. You came out wrong. You're an accident. You shouldn't be alive. Here's some rye bread. You know what I mean? It's like either atonement or punishment. You don't even know. At this time, all sorts of degenerate stuff could happen. This has been 12 minutes. Usually YouTube sends some stuff, but they don't this time. You know? It's like, oh, it's the Jewish teaching hour. Yeah, very few people in this. Like, if you're really hungry, you're gonna eat rye bread. There's no other option. But if you feel hungry, you can choose. You know what I mean? So most people feel hungry, you know? And then it's like, even if you have like a slamming body and a kid, people will focus on the kid, not you. It's like, and then the girls are crying, oh, I did it all right. And you had a kid. You made a bad decision. You want somebody to take care of your kid and, you know, like, be your daddy. No. As far as I know, if I ever impregnated women, I've impregnated responsible women ready for the challenge. I know your genetic makeup, and I want to give it a try. I want it for supremacy. I want to dominate your genes. Fine, give it a try. After like 18 years, they're like, why is that one so mean? I don't know. Maybe it's your side of the genes. I don't know. Dominant people become mean. That's why recessive genes only pop up once in a while. It's like, coast is clear. Okay. It's the right temperature. It's the right thing. Now, I'm going to test this hypothesis near Golda Meir. In theory, she's the Jewish prime minister of Israel. I'm thinking the birds hanging out near her would probably like rye bread. But I think birds are uniform, and they're all just like, once you've tasted cinnamon raisin bread and banana nut, you're not really going to go back to the teachings of Judaism. You know? It's less exciting. It's discipline. I eat it because I'm hungry. I just don't feel hungry. My parasite inside is hungry and might be Jewish. I taught it all the Catholicism I know personally, but sometimes you have to ask the Jews, you know? And then there's a video, it's like, we're the real Jews of Israel. We're true and spiritual and all that. Wear this. You gonna do it? Then you're not Jewish. Simple. I hate to give them all the power, but I'm starting to believe 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust. I've gone at it from the other way. It's like 9 guys in a roller skating accident or whatever. But as I researched, it's like, you know, 6 million starving people in a concentration camp would probably eat rye bread. Well, is sending aid to Gaza? Send them rye bread if they're really hungry. You'll see. This is guaranteed kosher. It has a U on it. And the thing about birds is like, I want one for food or pet. Usually a pet. You know? I don't see anybody like free rye bread for all. Yeah, I'll pass. That's that. I have this very sad sinking feeling that there are very few true Jews of the stereotype. Like the Uber Jew or something. You know? Like I'll eat anything. Me, I'm hungry. I'll eat anything. Provided my natural instincts is like, that's food. Or my mom says, Nate, that's food, and I'll eat it. It's like when I was growing up, what is this? That's called food. Should I eat it? Give it a try. It's like, it's delicious. I trust my mom in terms of food. Even a corrupted, by evil dark side. If my mom tells me this is food and she's being evil, it's poison. I'll eat it anyway. Mom has decided for me to die. My mom being my mom, even if she's evil, she'd make the evil food taste good. Because there's excellence within her. She's a valedictorian. And then before I expire, I'll make yum yum noise. Like, this poison is the greatest yummy food of all time. And then I'll expire with a smile on my face. My mommy poisoned me, like that. I'll brag. I'll brag and gloat, I'm able to brag and gloat because every once in a while, mom would come up with an all new recipe, and I get to try it, and I don't die. Yeah? Right now, I'm at perfect balance. My mom is passed on, and my dad's alive, causing havoc, and I'm in the middle. I'm supposed to be where I am. I'm supposed to go to work and do some postering, or whatever. I don't want to. That's why it's good. You don't want to drink medicine because you're sick. The things that are living inside you don't want to die. They're just like you. Like, please don't kill me. Well, I'm gonna. Doctors were gonna kill me. Your host will die. Don't like it. So I'm gonna give you more of what you like. I'm gonna train you to this game form. That's poison. You'll be taught this is food, and then I use it. That's the stuff. It's like, this is food and poison. Yes, sir. Your body cannot process this. It's medicine. So you want to pose on the table and it's food that you can't eat. Apparently you're my kind of bird. You're the only one who likes it. So you prepare the food, it's like, you be strong, okay? You get a kiss. Every one of these is a kiss. Because you want to feed the one that likes your cooking. It's like more fun. That's going to be the healthiest Jewish pigeon of all time. You like the kiss. When all of them are just fighting over that. And that one likes it too. Odd. At least you're gonna do it. Good job. Good job. I'm so happy with that. And either he washes it off or I don't really care what he does. I'm just thankful for everything. Like you can't do that. I'm sure that man's a nice grandpa. I'm not gonna get it. Leave it out. Leave it out, boys. Like, I don't like that. Leave it back. I hope you're ready. It's a way to administer the next person. Am I still live streaming? Sometimes I just like treat it like a body cam. A lot of times it's like motion activated or evil activated. I'm actually allergic to all forms of evil. That's why so many evil like champions, heroes, villains, anti-heroes, entities, concepts, egregores attack me, knowing I'm allergic. Just like Icarus or something. You know, hey, it's the sun. Go near it. And what now? What? You know, why are you here? Leave. You want me to be mean and cruel? There you go. At least they're obedient. You know. I'm thinking like people are scrolling, doom scrolling, like the people would come in maybe if there's a live stream suicide. But imagine I did all that and I didn't get the performance or the attendance that I wanted. So it's just I'll do the exact opposite. Since it's lackluster, I'm going to turn the number zero into lackluster, where I derived great joy before in getting zero chatters and zero likes. Now I feel great sadness. That's what envy is all about. They're trying to convince me it's better to be a woman than a man live streaming because it's easier. Yeah, until you have a. That's my friend. Hey, Merritt. The sunscreen's so perfect, you'll actually want to wear it every day. That motherfucker shelled out money to advertise in New York. He's ostentatious. See that? Now I don't have to because he has money from climate change. And every time I do it, if I mention climate change or the Holocaust, the two concepts will fight. Which one is more prevalent? Well, climate change is current and modern and updated, and then the Holocaust happened already. So I'm just gonna see after the stream what notation they're gonna put. I'm thinking climate change is gonna win. You know? Imagine this, right? The birds usually love little things like that. And now they just abandon an entire swath of food for later. Later never happens because, they're just there. I'm glad I finally caught, a spotting in the wild. But once you see Merritt, it's like, oh, well, it's back to Godlike Productions. He's up to what's his new thread? I like to participate because I don't know. That's the point of disclosure. Like when he comes in as like the teacher's here, it's gonna be good. Like as a teacher's pet or a nerd, I'm like this is some stuff I can use later. You know? And some people is like, why you kiss up? Who do you want to kiss up to? Trump? I don't think he's even paid his bankruptcy bills. You know? I mean, he's gotten away with it by deferring prosecution. But when this is all over, oh boy, you're gonna answer for a lot of crimes. You know, as long as he's useful, like Duterte, yeah, you're immune from prosecution. You have to keep creating crimes and disasters, and then you'll know what it's like to be Jewish. You know, I'm so very shocked. Like if in Manifest in America, we had our new sponsor is Pepperidge Farms, and all they want to participate is like 3 shipping containers of rye bread that doesn't sell. And we try to push this product, and it's like, Fiesta in America fell off. They sold out. Yeah, that's what the participation is all about. That's what they have, and that's what we'll try to sell. We'll do it as a loss leader or something. Buy one thing and get eternal salvation from the Jews. Even they don't like it. I'm surprised. Like, there's so many hungry people. Do you have anything to eat? I have rye bread. Oh, I am looking for a $6 meal deal. Well, earn it. You know? I mean, even the homeless in New York are snobs. And maybe in all the other places, they would rather forget the pain of being hungry with free drugs. So I'm going to pretend that I have like I'm transporting for the cartel because they had cocaine disguised as charcoal. I was like, how the fuck would you even do that? Are you saying that maybe I bought a batch of cocaine and I've been burning it all this time and it has no effect on me? That's the kind of shit I worry about. I don't know about you. Oh, that's a beautiful, beautiful song. That's good. I remember that guy. He's the supervisor. I told him, you got soldiers here. And then, of course, all soldiers complain. No smoking, right? And I'm just going to sit here and eat. And I'm going to see, like, this is my 2x2 square. And if there's no ants, oh my God, these are red ants. Holy shit, red ants. They're definitely Jewish. They put red ants here. And hello. Right? So, I heard you're looking for food, right? Are you retarded or what? That's food. But it's like rye. It's poisonous. These are red ants. So I guess, I'll sweeten the deal. And it's like you made a mess. Well, I'll clean it up. No worries. I'll just sop it up, Just like Judas. And then try. You can throw it away. Treat me like trash. But if you throw away lobster, all you can eat lobster. Usually the finches come. Nature version is like sugar. You like sugar? I like sugar. I'm pretty sure I'm far away from everything. You say you sure? I respect all those smokers. Oh yeah. Do you have red ants? Are there used to be Modelo and everything. They're black ants. Although they look red. How very hard. Well, I'll go to my computer. If this was like black ant territory, that thing would be. Then, somebody's like, you can't smoke here. I will be on my way. Yes, that is. Whatever to tolerate. So I have a fellow hug enthusiast. Very good. Anyway, it's like, can you hug ants? I'm sure they will. Okay. I think they're like cheese. So let's do this. It's not like I'm dumping daggers. I might just see. As long as you're aware of the and you don't interfere, and you notice that the security guards love hugs. Like, oh, then you can do it. It's like, the flow of the hot dogs can hug with the carrier. Yes, that one likes it. Yummy, right? It's so yummy. I've seen that on YouTube. It's like they take over even food Mexican people. Just make sure all the hot girls come this way, so the guy gets hugs. And he'll be like, I'm not so angry. 20 more than I usually do.
She's dressed in scrubs. She's dressed in scrubs.
Here I am. They told me in the Bible, consider the end to start. So I did. I mean, metal. That's very, very odd. Now they're colluding or something. There's plenty of water, plenty of food, but very little ant religion. Do you guys believe in Jesus Christ? I believe in Jesus Christ. I have a real problem with that. Oh yeah, I forgot to document all my work. These are called soldier ants. And they interact, and I put a little bit of sugar, and of course rye bread, you see? Because I'm not allowed to record sensitive information. Just like the plague doctor, whatever you have, I'll just extrapolate, And these might be National Guard soldiers. They're just wandering around aimlessly, They don't converge. This one enjoys, I poured a little bit of thing. As you can see, you can zoom in really close. It's just like a nature thing. David Attenborough. And you know what Tim Pool's really good at? Like being an auctioneer or just talking for 93 hours about anything. Really good at it. I didn't even know he lived in Jersey, I thought he was just like a straight up Chicago guy. I was just waiting for my spot here because this is where the Nazareno is, and if you have the Nazareno, then ouch, Chase doesn't mind smokers. There's so much money in Chase. Is like, if you get sick from lung cancer, we'll start a foundation. But we got business to do. Call the week, you know. Imagine, I would really be upset if I was considered the paragon of strength. And just like, hey man, we tried to kill you with cigarettes and you're still alive. I'm not the only one. There are many resilient smokers out there, like two joints and blunts, or a Snoop Dogg, or like whatever his name is. The mechanism. But that's what being a food taster is all about. I read it in the 48 Laws of Power. Of course, they've considered the possibility that, cooks like Filipinos would poison the king or the ruler or the president. Therefore, they hire the entire family, and the children are the food tasters. So if you accidentally poison the food, and the kids, your kids would be a thing. And they make sure it's kids you like, not kids you don't like, you know? It becomes far easier to just cook the food straight up rather than do some hanky-panky. And so the leaders get stronger, and then they realize this policy works. The problem with that policy is some of the cooks might have aspirations of grandeur. They'll recognize a higher king, but within the food prep, it's like, we're the king. And there's a little mini kingdom in the kitchen. Can't help that. You know? Like yummy people, yummy pope. You get addicted to yummy flavors. You know? Some say even vagina, but I don't know. The better it tastes, the more evil it is to me. You know what I mean? You tried really hard to make it taste yummy. What are you trying to hide? You know? It's like you're antisocial. If society relies on deception, yeah, I'm pretty much anti-deception. You know? This. If I'm doing pro se stuff, my beard isn't that long. You see me, like some of these Jewish people, they have 3-foot beards, and that's normal. They have like big fat hats, and then they do the wedding. There's a Jewish wedding. I can't believe that they don't like rye bread, you know? Maybe it's like the tares. Only the birds can eat it. And so the Jews are like, we'll eat anything. We'll obey anything from our God. Isn't that great? But I was blessed to see one pigeon is like, a Jewish pigeon. Just like Moses. It's like, you want me to do what? Go to every mountain? Come down, I have horns? Okay. I get to complain though. He made a deal with God. Moses complained more than anybody in all the time. Jesus never complained. But in order to get to that never complain part, somebody had to complain really loudly on top of a mountain where they don't care. That's what Nazareno is all about. Jersey City. Now, if Tim Pool said, when I was living in Jersey City, New Jersey, but what he said is, when I was living in Jersey, meaning the country of richness and pedophile hangouts, I'm still wary of Timothy Daniel Pool. He's like, we all know Jersey means New Jersey, right? Not really. Not really. If you said Jersey City, and then you said New Jersey 07307, kind of know with the zip code. But Jersey, the country of Jersey, has its own country code. So, it's a nice word. When I was living in Jersey, you could be a microbe in an NBA jersey. And then, for some reason, they evinced the characteristics of the state of New Jersey inside an actual football jersey or sports jersey. I don't know. Therefore, I give all the microbes on my clothes and body a voice. It's going to be a very tiny, still, silent voice. But, I simulated it using the AI. So, since they unsub, they're never going to sub again. And I'm going to set it so that, my community moderation, they don't really put defaults, other than unbanned. There's another